Hello, and welcome to Vault Hunters episode 14. In this video, we're going to be creating a Banished Soul, gearing up and reskilling. Ooh, now that's style. Running some vaults, how generous, and so much more, starting with gearing up, reskilling, and working our way up to become the Vault Champion. If you haven't subbed already, make sure you click that sub button. Come on. We all know you wanna. Now, before we get started with our runs, I have quite a few things I need to make sure I have. 1, armor. Ooh, now that's style. Now with the gear, all I did was get old gear. Just getting the basics. All I need is protection, because that's all I need to be able to do is be able to survive. So grabbed everything with the highest thing of armor, and maybe some with extra damage here and there. Plus, if it had health, I equipped it. 2, tools. When it comes to the tools, I preemptively set them up, and this was probably the easiest paxel to craft. And secondly, couldn't make un machete, so I have to deal with a pitchfork. Never used it, but let's try it. And just for safe measure, got my extra magnet that I had left over. 3 shulker boxes. And to make sure I make it out with some loot, and a decent amount of it, just gonna grab all of these shulker boxes that I used to begin with. 4 shard pouch. And lastly, I crafted another shard pouch just to make sure I pick up all the shards that get dropped. And 5 building blocks. And lastly, just a couple stacks of building blocks. And now with us completely geared, let's show off our new fit. Well, our new fit being skills and talents that we've chosen, because we reskilled and re-talented? Got a lot of talents, speaking as one of them. But with using the regret orbs, I used about 5 of them just to get rid of the prudent abilities that I have and a couple of ethereals, just so I can max out strength. When I had 1, I put 3 on here, as well as adding 2 to heal, just so I didn't have to craft another vial for the 4th time. But with all that said and done, let's just turn in the last couple items needed for the crystal, get it crafted, and grab our Banished Souls that we've crafted with some Soul Shards, Vault Essence, and Diamonds. And if you're wondering about how we got our Soul Shards, I thought I was recording. I've had to re-record this clip because I thought I clicked my record button, but I didn't. So last episode, I had forgotten to click complete so I can grab the rewards from perfecting Jules quest as well as the black market ones. And I got so lucky with being able to get 256 soul shards from them, because I completely forgot about that, and I went into a vault and died, and luckily I didn't grab these. So now I was able to actually craft these bad boys with using some of those soul shards. And now you could even see I was left with 224. If you do the math with how many I crafted, I had crafted I think 8 of them. But in terms of Banished Souls, all I gotta do is put it in an anvil, applying it to a crystal, and it'll lower the vault level on that crystal per Banished Soul you apply to it. So if you apply 2 like I am doing here, it'll drop it down from 21 to 19 and so forth. As long as you're doing the math properly, you'll get to the level that you want to. It can only bring levels down, it cannot bring levels up, so just be mindful of that. This also applies to unidentified vault gear and or I think trinkets as well. If you find them in the vaults, you can apply them to an unrolled version of them, so prior to seeing what actually comes out of rolling that piece of gear. This is kind of like a catch-up mechanic, so if you're ever under geared or you're running a vault that happens to be a higher level with a friend, you can actually use these Banished Souls to lower the level and make it more accessible to you, or lower the level to help make it easier for you to catch up. But I'm trying to go below level 20 just in case it does become quite a bit difficult. And this way we can avoid a 5th death, because I can't get all my bodies back yet. I don't have those type of resources at the moment. So today is going to be part of that grind of getting them back. So let's go grab some resources. And with everything set in place and the bounty already selected, with about half of it done already, let's hop in. And there we go. We've also got Beginner's Grace, so we got a little bit of safety with that front. If you can remember, it also Lets me know if killed in the vault, you will keep your inventory but receive a durability penalty. And that's just if we fail. But luckily, we've got a bit of leeway here. Getting started with this level 19 vault with the Light the Brazier's objective underway, I tried to focus on staying alive mostly, destroying as many mobs as I could to build up my confidence. Luckily, I found the first brazier giving me strength at the top of the first room. Looting as fast as I could after unaliving the mobs, I ended up finding the second brazier in the second room on the top floor also. How generous. Look at me finding all these ornate chests too. With nothing too difficult, I found the third brazier with swiftness. After getting cornered by spiders, I found the fourth brazier on the top floor, making it the final one. That being the case, I had to greed until the last couple minutes, but happily completed that vault. There we go, with a minute and a half left to go. It has been a while, but there it is. A brazier crate. And there is the first vault loot. We'll take a look at that once we've come back from running a couple more vaults. And to complete this crystal, there's all the items. Put 3 Banished Souls on there. We're still gonna play it safe on this one. Place that there, and we'll activate this bounty real quick, just so that we can have a chance of getting a much better axe at level 22. Oh, and before I forget, take the elytra off. Make sure I have my gear set up. All my shulker boxes are empty. Let's put all my soul shards away just in case. And let's jump in. With Voltaruski numero 2ski underway, we have another level 19 vault with Light the Braziers as the objective again. Honestly, I really do like adding the modifiers mid-run. Makes it a little exciting. I began looting the first room just to be stopped from lighting a brazier by a skelly boy. I claimed the first brazier after his defeat. After how dramatic he was, I quickly claimed another in the next room, with it calling my name in the middle of the room. I looted, I slayed, I claimed. Oh, and I completed my bounty. Despite my enemies falling down from an ambush attempt and failing an MLG water bucket, I still claimed the last brazier. I looted, I ladded, and eloted. Wait, huh? Heck yeah, vault number 2 completed. Wow, 115 chests, only 7 of them trapped. Let's be real, that was pretty good looting. And there we go. The second vault's loot. We put us that much closer to being able to catch up to our gear level. And if you remember what I look like in terms of gear, it's a little different. Some things have changed. And after a quick ol' naparooski, we can now look at the loot that we've gathered. Let's go with the first vault just to knock it out of the park. This is what we've looted from that one. And then of course these two. Let me just put away this loot real quick. And then here is the second vault's loot. I did pretty good. So I rolled some gear hoping it would be better, but didn't come out as well as I'd hoped for. So we got some excess gear here. Now to put all that away. And now that that's put away, all we have left are the crates and the bounty crates. First, we'll open up the bounty crates just because we kind of already know what's in there. I mainly did some of these because of the gear as well as the netherite ingots because gosh darn, we need them. And with all that, we actually got new boots that gives me an extra 5 health as well as an axe that actually does 23. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? 22 attack damage. Plus that attack speed's kind of nice. I ended up just switching over to using axes just because I don't know why, I'm so much more used to using axes and I enjoy using them a lot more than I do swords. All that's left now is crate number 1 and crate number 2 from Vault 1 and Vault 2. Oh, that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna keep you. Sadly, none of that gear I got was actually any good. I know, kind of disappointing, but we did end up getting good gear. But as the sun rises in the horizon, and with some pretty nice looking gear, I mean, look at these freaking antlers. It's a freaking tall. But besides all that, I hope you enjoyed, all this re-gearing for like the bajillionth time. But despite our losses, I can happily say, and maybe you could even call me a champion of the vaults. Yeah, let's try to keep it that way. I hope you enjoyed all of our shenanigans today. Click that like button if you did. I'm Ruin, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And if you enjoyed, make sure you click that like. Oh my goodness, baby. That was a lot of takes I had to do right there.